Wait a minute. How's my sound? How's my sound? How is my sound? I might need the mic up. Stand by, guys. Let me run and get the mic. All right, guys, stand by, stand by. Stand by. Okay. I know you're ready for me to just jump right into this. I'm not going to long stroke you, but guys, I'm going to put this mic on, and I want you to tell me if you can hear me. We're hooking the mic up. I know you're saying this guy should have this ready before he know he's getting on. Okay. I'm going to give you a few minutes to get in here. I'm not playing any music. I'm not doing all the whistles and bells. I just want to go in and just get right down to the nitty gritty with a small caveat. I need to be able to pull two windows up so I can see some of the comments. How's the sound? If the sound sounds good, let me know. I need a 1 if the sound sounds crystal clear. I need a 2 if it sounds muffled, because last week I was sounding muffled. All right, all right. Okay, guys, so much to unpack, so much to unpack. Within the last hour, breaking news story that hit TMZ. Let me dust my shoulders off here. The judge, within the last 2 hours, signed an order. And you're going to have a bunch of questions, and I know it's a little ambiguous as to why this case is going the manner in which it's going. And people thought that when the case had concluded back in January, it was a done deal. But it's far from a done deal. It's far from a done deal. So we want to talk about, 1, this judge today signed the order. This is a stipulated order granting a permanent injunction. A stipulated order granting a permanent injunction. Think about that for a second. The stipulation is agreed upon by both parties, and there are a bunch of things that were a part of this 8-page order. Now, those who were with me last week, I told you guys I couldn't talk about too much right away. For those who remembered what I said last week, let me get a 1, because you might be new and you might be just joining me for the first time. Okay, so what I need you guys to do is, before we go in depth about this order, I want you guys, everyone that's tuned in, to go ahead and hit the like button. So I don't have to stop, pause, do a dance, and then come back. Hit the like button right now. So you guys remember I said I couldn't say too much? Well, I couldn't say too much because the ink hadn't dried yet on the paperwork. The ink had yet to dry on the paperwork. And I'm going to tell you something else before we read this injunction. You know what happened yesterday. You know Cardi went in on some of her fans and some who weren't fans. You'll know that happened yesterday. What you don't know is what happened before Cardi sent the first tweet out. You don't know what happened. Well, I can tell you what happened. I sent something to her. I sent something to her that someone sent to me, and I verified it. And it was a post that was done on T.S. Madison. That person used to live in Georgia. But apparently that person scheduled some type of interview with, and I want to be nice. I got no problem with T.S. Madison. But the problem is the ink hadn't dried yet and the post went up. The ink hadn't dried yet and that post went up. So think about that for a second. You guys know on Friday, which was April Fool's, I said something. I said a few things. And I also said that I couldn't talk too much about this document I have in front of me because the ink hadn't dried yet. So now as I smell the document, the ink is dry. But the problem I had was, why is this person even antagonizing Cardi when you know your attorneys begged to get this thing resolved before it got in front of a judge? The hypocrisy in that is astonishing. It's astonishing. Why would you agree? But it's we got to listen. There's ramifications for violating this order, this permanent stipulated order. But my problem I had was the ink hadn't dried, and the blogger lady did a happy dance over to I don't know if that was pre-recorded, but it went up without the ink even drying on the document. And that would have changed the course and the direction of this document had that been known before it got in the hands of the judge, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion. But I'm usually good at stuff like this. So right after she received the post, that might have made her feel a little uneasy. And it might have triggered her. I'm not making excuses for what Cardi said. But just put yourself in her shoes for a second and think about the person that has been badgering you the most online is antagonizing you on the final hour of a permanent stipulated injunction being signed. Just think about that for a second. Can anyone follow me here when I'm talking about? Now, remember, Cardi has a million things to be doing. She leaves it up to her legal team to broker something that would free her up to do other things. And I kind of regret me having to send that to her. I shouldn't even send it to her. I shouldn't even send it to her. Because I know Cardi is very passionate about this foolishness stopping. But the knowledge I had beforehand, I'm thinking like, the last thing you would think is this girl will be antagonizing you online by doing this video. Just think about that for a second. So, Cardi deleted Twitter. She deleted Instagram because she was upset. And if anyone sat in the courtroom like I did and saw her on that stand and her breaking down, and the psychologist, Dr. Blake, shout out to Dr. Blake because she gave a very powerful testimony. But to think that you think you at the end of the road with this drama, because the money's not so much. The money is not so much than is the disrespect, the vile nature. And when I read this document, you'll understand why it has been stipulated the way it's been stipulated. But just think about that in its totality and come to an understanding that this right here that she was thinking about, and then people are questioning why she's not at the Grammys, and it's a lot. Just think about the pressure of your fans literally going in on you because you didn't show up at the Grammys. That maybe she should have showed up at the Grammys, but no, maybe not. She has 2 kids. Maybe not because she's might be going through other stuff she's dealing with. But I think that everything in totality, it might have came down to this. And now I'm not saying that it was because of what I sent her, but y'all saw the video. If you're going to do an interview, and I'm not telling her how to do a business, I'm talking about the blogger lady, but if you know that you was going to get this document that I have in front of me, signed by a judge, then why in the hell are you antagonizing her with the interview talking about the damn trial? The transcripts was read already. They were read from start to finish. Shout out to infamous Sylvia. She has the transcripts on her page. But the transcripts was read. Come on, now you're being messy. Now, T.S. Madison, I understand you try and get your numbers up. I get that. But at the end of the day, this is what it is. So now people want to know, okay, so, she went to court. She won the case. She got the jury ruled in her favor, Cardi's favor. But what you probably don't understand is that during the trial, the jurors came back with 2 questions. One of the questions was, can the judge just make her take the videos down? That's one of the questions. I remember it very vividly because we were on verdict watch. And the judge went back and told the jury that is not a part of your deliberations. That wasn't even something that the jury could consider because that wasn't a part of the charging papers. So with that said, they had to do what they had to do based on what the charges were for her to be held either liable or not liable. But it was affirmative across all the boxes. There was never a question about injunctive relief. That's another process. So you have the process of trial, closing arguments, deliberation, verdict, punitive, compensatory, medical. Those are all at play. But what was at play was the injunctive part of the trial. So is everyone following me right now? Is everyone following me? Give me a 1 if you're following what I'm telling you. Give me a 1. I want to make sure everyone's keeping up with me. I just want to see some 1 so I can continue on. I know people are trying to process how this went down and why are we here today. Okay, very good. I just need to see a few 1s. I want to make sure I'm not, people are following me. Okay, here we go. So with that said, there was a phone call made, or several phone calls made, leading up to this process here. Leading up to this process, there was a phone call made. There was a phone call made. That's according, there may have been several phone calls made. But the bottom line is, Miss Blogger Lady didn't want to do the dance. She did not want to come in front of the judge. Because you remember, I'm going to get to this. I know you want me to get to this. I'm going to get to this. But I want to just lead you up to why we are here today. There was a lot of things being made after the jury reached their verdict. 2 days later or a day later, the Blogger Lady made her "I Have a Dream" not speech and was accusing the system, the machine, and the like of putting their hand on the scale. Putting their hand on the scale. And basically, the media was under fire. The machine was under fire. And I get it. It was another form of trending the internet. The anticipation about what she's going to say and what she's going to do after this verdict came in. I know it was a hard loss, but it wasn't a hard fight. It may have been a hard loss, but it wasn't a hard fight. As you read and listen to the reading of the transcript, then you understand why it wasn't a hard fight. It was actually easy on one side. And it was the result was not because of anything exterior to what was happening in the courtroom, but what was happening by virtue of her mouth and testimony by others. With that said, today, within the last 2.5 hours, the judge said, there was a proposal and there was a final stipulated order. Let's go. I should post the document. I don't want to read the whole thing, but I'll read it anyway. The jury in the action rendered a verdict in favor of plaintiff Belakis Melendez Almazar on her claims against defendant Tasha K and K Studios, the defamation, false light, and intentional infliction of emotional distress, which is set forth in the judgment of this court, dated February 17, 2022. That date is very important. We know the trial ended in January, but February 22 is when the clock started ticking for her to file. The clock started ticking when the judge signed the order February 22nd. We know the case ended in January, but the judge hadn't, for whatever reason, he hadn't signed the order yet, so that's why the clock started ticking February 22nd. So people were wondering, it's taking a long time. Like, the judge was bombarded with other paperwork. He just didn't sign the order. So the clock started ticking from that point on. So they put a notice in of appeal right after that date. And you know, after that date, you had 30 days moving forward. So here we go. The judgment currently is the subject of an appeal filed by defendants with the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals. Before this court is plaintiff request for a permanent injunction, and they cite the docket number. And the parties have agreed to the entry of a permanent injunction on the following terms. Now, listen to this. The parties have agreed to a permanent injunction, which means can that be appealed? A permanent injunction that they both stipulated to, that the parties stipulated to. Well, if you read the TMZ article, it tells you that if Tasha prevails, excuse me, I didn't mean to say, the blog lay prevails, they can then come back to the judge and say, Your Honor, we signed this permanent injunction because we believe that this was in the interest of whatever, in the interest of justice, or whatever the case is why they signed it. We know why they signed it. They didn't want to get in front of the judge. But the fact of the matter is, if she prevails in the appeal, which I don't think she's going to prevail in the appeal, because this is now going to become a working part of the appeal, just based on, and this is my opinion, based on what's said here. So, will she prevail? Who knows? Is there a chance is there a likelihood she will prevail? Probably not. But the fact of the matter is, they can turn back around and say that, Your Honor, we won this appeal, and we don't know what first of all, we haven't seen the appeal paperwork because it hasn't been briefed yet. So we don't know what she's going to do, or if she decides she wants to go through with it. You know, she's using Olga Azumova as an appellate attorney. And quite frankly, I think that's a bad move, but it's not for me to give her advice. But I would just say, if you're losing and you don't go with the same losing team to try to get justice, you don't do that, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's smart to go with the losing team, but I don't know. But anyway, let's go. The court orders as follows. Here we go, guys. The court orders as follows. It's ordered that the defendants and all parties acting in concert or participation with them are each permanently enjoined with publishing or republishing on the internet or otherwise the following statements that were judged false and defamatory by the jury in this action. The defamatory statements are as follows. Number one, plaintiff engaged in prostitution. Number two, plaintiff has herpes. Number three, plaintiff has HPV. Number four, plaintiff uses or used cocaine. Number five, plaintiff performed a debasing act with a beer bottle. Number six, plaintiff committed adultery. Now, Judge Ray, I'm only reading the order. I'm not repeating the stuff to try to disparage Cardi B. I'm just reading it, Your Honor, because you might be listening to this video. I'm reading it verbatim. Did I do six? Yeah, plaintiff, number six, plaintiff committed adultery. Okay, here we go. The defamatory statements subject to the permanent injunction includes, but are not limited to, the following statements that were published by defendants. Plaintiff is a prostitute or prostituted. Plaintiff sold pussy. Plaintiff has cold sores. Herpes B with or without space. I don't know what that herpes B. I don't know what that. Okay. Cold sore B. Plaintiff has HPV. Plaintiff uses or has used cocaine or is a cokehead. Plaintiff placed beer bottle up her Anna. Blah, 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 you know what I mean. Plaintiff has a side peen. You know what that is. Somebody other than the plaintiff's husband is icking a ussy. I'm just kind of being, just trying to say, well, I don't get this video flagged. Okay. It is further ordered the defendant shall remove to the extent not already removed, any videos or posts that contain the defamatory statements and the titles of such videos and posts to the extent they contain the defamatory statements from their websites and social media accounts within 5 days. You have 5 days to have all this scrubbed from the internet. the services of this order, including but not limited to the following videos and posts. So now we're going to a list of videos. I'm going to read this list. I'm going to tell you why I'm going to read this list, guys, because as I read this list, and you might know of some videos that are there, I would say send an email to tips@hiphopinquirer.com. I'm just curious to see if those videos have been scrubbed because you guys are watching, but send any of those videos that you see a link, send it to tips@hiphopinquirer.com. I'm not going to snitch, but this ain't snitching. This is doing public service. So, with that said, I'm listing the videos as follows. YouTube community post from Unwind with Tasha K YouTube account. They have numbers. These are numbers cited. Okay, so these are numbers cited. And these are exhibits that were part of the court case. So it's going to be hard for you to find that because the judge has gave these exhibit numbers and they won't be listed on the internet that way. So basically, if you see videos of any of these things that was said about Cardi floating around anywhere or even another site, because the judge can't determine who's a friend of Tasha K's or who's not a friend of Tasha K's. And it's not directly just mentioning Tasha K, as you saw what I read. If there are other people that she has an association with and we can prove it, that would be in violation of this permanent injunction. So all the stuff that was said about her, say, for example, someone repeated what she said in their video. So it may not be in the beginning of the video, it may not be in the middle of the video, it may be towards the end. So you guys are some really good internet detectives. You may see videos out there. Please send it to that email address, tips@hiphopinquirer.com. And we too would like to know whether or not this order is being taken seriously. Because Judge Ray, if you know his history of people violating his orders, people have went to jail. People had literally went to jail. So it behooves the blogger lady to reach out to all the trolls or all followers that have reposted these things that they said about Cardi. I know a few of them because I've seen a few of them already. And I'm just waiting for the for the fifth day, to see what happens. So there's a lot of scrubbing to do because there was a lot of monetization, a lot of capitalization, there was a lot of association, and there was so much being done that now you have to go back and backtrack. It's like, you know what it's like almost? It's like you run a big company, tax time is here. Shout out to tax time because it's right around the corner. You don't put your receipts you throw your receipts in a shoebox. You don't like log them into a ledger or anything. You don't basically have a tracking of it where it's easy to access. Now you had 2 days before you had to file. And now, no way you can do it. It's no way you can do it. You have too much stuff there that you have to now research and now try to get it scrubbed. And if somebody decides they don't want to take it down, you're going to have to convince a judge that they don't want to take it down. And that other person might have to be brought into court. Because if there's a violation of a permanent order and the judge say, you can't go to jail for this. You're going to have to go to jail for this. We just told you that you had 5 days to take these videos down, and they're not down yet. They're not down yet. They're not down yet. So are you playing with us again? So you got to really get your team together. You need a machine right now. That machine you was talking about, you need a machine to help you scrub the internet. This is not no easy task. You think this was going on for years. These are some things that were said. So I would just say that all those people that have been it says it clear in the order. I'm going to publish the order so y'all can use that as a roadmap to see whether or not that the blogger lady's complying. It's not a game. It's not a game. It's not a game. Guys, I see a bunch of comments coming in here. I want you guys to please like and share the video. When I say share the link. Don't just snatch the content and just put in your content and say, well, it's fair use. I want to use this video because I know he did the work. If you're going to do that, you hit the Cash App. Hit the Cash App. Guys, let me see what else we got here. Because this is the 8-page. So listen to a bunch of videos. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Wait a minute. Uh-oh. We have something. Oh, my goodness. Okay, here we go. Wow. Oh, my goodness. Okay, here we go. YouTube video entitled Cardi B Disrespectful Comedy Skit Mocking Martin Luther King's Extramarital Affairs, as posted by Unwind with Tasha K. I don't know. I haven't seen these videos in depth, but I'm going to just put them out there. So if you see them, you see it, say something. Okay, here we go. Exclusive. Cardi B ex-friend alleges Cardi B kept a huge box filled with monostat and reveals more. That was posted on September 19th, 2018 on Unwind with Tasha K. Here's another one. YouTube video entitled Exclusive, Cardi B Burning Lyrical Law, Nicki Minaj, Pain Pills, Offset, Side Chick, Kodak Black. It's posted on Unwind with Tasha K. As I read these titles, my skin is crawling. I'm reading these titles, and I sat in the trial, but when you read this from paper to tongue, it has a different effect. Another video, Tasha K responding to Cardi B's defamation suit and Offset's dad calling Cardi B out and more. Got to come down. The video has to come down. Cardi B's husband allegedly contacted his ex-girlfriend, Jade, and that's dated December 30th, 2019. Got to come down. Got to come down. Exclusive, Portia Williams, Cardi B, Mace, Diddy, Khalees, T.I., Miguel, Rihanna, and more that was posted on January 31st, 2020 by Unwind with Tasha K. Got to come down. It got to come down. YouTube video entitled Cardi B's Whole Spin, Offset Still Sleeping with Summer Bunny and May Give Cardi HIV. Dated October 9th, 2019. Got to come down. It got to come down. Exclusive, new R. Kelly enablers revealed. Whitney Houston, T.I., Evelyn, and OG, Cardi B, and more. As posted by Unwind with Tasha K on YouTube, November 8th, 2019. Got to come down. It got to come down. Cardi B, YouTube video entitled Cardi B Baby Baby Bird. God. It's posted by Wino Gang Podcast on YouTube channel September 21st, 2020. And you know what, guys? It got to come down. It got to come down. These are some awful titles, but I'll continue. Damn, talk about... Woo! YouTube video entitled Tasha K responds to Cardi B's Mute Black Blogs Agenda. Cardi B calls Shade Room owner a water buffalo. Dated April 23rd, 2019 by Unwind with Tasha K. It got to come down. It got to come down. YouTube video entitled Cardi's New Lover Amid Divorce. Kylie Jenner, Andrew Gilliam, August Alsina, Nicki Minaj, as posted by Unwind with Tasha K. Dated September 18th, 2020. Got to come down. got to come down. YouTube video entitled, "This is Why I Can't Work," posted by Wino Game Podcast YouTube channel. On what date do we have this on? December 18th, 2018. You know what, guys? It got to come down. It got to come down. Facebook from Tasha K posted on December 18th, 2018. Now, there's an exhibit number. So, you got to find it. I ain't going to help you out here. You have the order, the blogger lady. You have the order. All I can say is, it got to come down. It got to come down. Here's a tweet from Unwind with Tasha K on November 8th, 2021, which was also reposted on the Unwind with Tasha K YouTube channel. That's the last one. But one thing all these videos have in common. Can anyone tell me what all these videos and posts have in common? Tell me, somebody. What is the underlying thing about all these videos that is consistent with this order? They all got to come down. They all got to come down. They got to come down. So you have 5 days. The clock started ticking 2 hours ago. You have 5 days. 5 days. Don't miss one. Don't miss one video, one post. Don't miss it. Because I'm sure someone's going to tell. But you know what you got to do. You got to get to work. Put that machine to work. They got to come down. And I'm going to read the conclusion of this order. The conclusion of this order is, it is further ordered that the clerk of the court should terminate the motion for a permanent injunction. Well, they spelled that wrong. And this court shall retain jurisdiction of this matter for purposes of construction, modification, and enforcement of this permanent injunction. So it was a previous order that they had to get that out of here because they have a stipulated order that supersedes the previous order. So the judge says it very clearly here that modification, the construction of the purpose of construction of the order, modification, and enforcement. The last part is very important. The enforcement of this order. The enforcement of this order. If it's not adhered to, it's going to be serious. This is a permanent order. This is permanent. So whatever happens in the appeal, they got to come back to this document and see if the judge feels like there's something warranted for him to modify this order. But this order is permanent. It's because it's stipulated. It's something that you proposed, you agreed to. You did not want to do the dance in front of the judge. So this was stipulated. I get that. Because I know I would be nervous going in front of Judge Ray after doing that I have a dream not speech. I know it would be very, very uncomfortable. Even on a Zoom, it would be uncomfortable. Because I'm sure that it would have got pretty colorful on that Zoom. For all those people that were planning on listening in. This is the result of what happened. Don't believe all the shucking and jiving, the 3-card Monte, it's not that bad, man. I just did because my stomach hurt and I just didn't want to deal with that. I had this going on at the time. No, we know what it was. It was because he was about to tell you a new one. He was about to tell you a new one. Let's keep it 100. There was no reason. Cardi didn't back out. Cardi didn't say, I want to, no, what would be her incentive to do this? You owe the girl $4 million. She done hooked you up on some medical expenses, but you still owe her that money. So let's keep it right. 3.88, which is 1.388. You owe this girl a lot of money. So it wasn't in her best interest to do this for you. She actually threw you a olive. She threw you something. Here, open your mouth. You got that. She threw you something. She didn't have to. She really didn't have to. Stand by, guys. I'm getting a text right now. Hold on. Hold on a second, guys. Please hold on. I need this. Notice I ain't put no music on. Okay, just to go here. I'm going here. Hold on. I'm going here right now. Okay. Here we go. Stand by, guys. I'm closing some of these windows. They said, don't get carried away. Don't say too much. No, but I got to be honest to the people. I really do. I have to be honest to the people. With the people, I have to. Okay, guys. Hold on. We're going to bring this up here. I'm going to bring this up here. Okay, guys. I can now see your questions. Oh man, these okay, shout out to Robin Carter. So Rob, I'm gonna read Robin's question. Was the judge specific whereas Tasha can't just change the titles but keep the videos up? That's a clear violation of the order. This is a clear violation. They're changing titles and all, none of that stuff means anything. It's the substance of the video. So if that was even a consideration, I don't think she want to play that game with the judge. I think she's going to do what she has to do. I don't know what she's going to do, but if she doesn't do it, the judge will know, I'm sure. The judge would know. But for her to change the titles and no. She should. No, she should. I feel what you're saying. I feel what you're saying. But at the end of the day, I'm giving you the facts. I may be a little animated, but at the end of the day, I'm giving you the facts. So it's not going to skew my thoughts on the case. I'm giving you an opinion based on having an understanding of the case. So I might be a little animated, but don't take that as for me not to be very serious and very honest about the reporting. So I get that. I appreciate that. And I will take that under advisement. How about that? And I want to say this. And see, I'll just follow me. Walk with me for a second. Walk with me for a second. If you had endured everything she had endured over this course of time, you might be triggered when you see stuff like her talking, on a blogger's site and talking about the case. That would trigger people because they don't, there's no trust there that you would do the right thing at all. For example, you were bragging about you had all this money and as soon as you get the opportunity to talk about it, you say you ain't got it. That looks kind of suspect already. So it comes across as you're antagonizing her. You are doing things to antagonize her. If people are sending me, and I don't, I'm on different stories. It's a big story tomorrow I'm working on, a very big story tomorrow. But if people are sending me stuff because it's triggering them, later people that is not a part of this case is triggering them. So just think about her seeing someone's talking about her again, even after all this, then telling you I ain't got your money. So you're going to talk crap about me and you don't have my money? Where they do that at? You're gonna talk crap. You're gonna talk crap about me, and you don't have my money. Not where I'm from. If you owe me money and you out there talking crap about me too, oh no, we handle you differently. I don't know how the new generation rock, but no, you don't talk about me and still owe me. You don't walk in the same neighborhood and you still owe me money. You don't come to my event and you owe me money. You don't get around my people and you know you owe me money. We gotta talk about this. So understand that there are different things that triggers Cardi. She just undergone a rigorous fight in a federal courthouse. And people, may not understand that she's young. Everyone's not built like that. Even an old geezer like myself, I get triggered on certain things. And it happens. So if you're human, if you're breathing, you're walking, you're talking, you have your faculties, you react. You had Will Smith that was triggered by a side eye. He got triggered by that. So why in the hell do you don't think that Cardi has the right to be reactional when she thinks people are coming at her? Come on now, let's be honest here. Let's be honest. It's not about the amount of money you have, because money is only a tool. It's only a tool. It's an instrument. But you have a personality, you have a soul, you have a heart, you have a spirit. And if someone's talking crap about you, they're only responding to what you put out on them. I was triggered, and I'm gonna say triggered lightly, because I know that this was coming. I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming. I just couldn't talk about it, but I knew it was coming. So when remember today's Monday. I spoke to you guys on Friday. I seen a post on Sunday. Think about it. Why would that post go up the day before the judge is signing the order? Because the judge got the order days ago. He had to review it. He had to look at it, make sure the I's are dotted, T's are crossed. But it hadn't been permanent until today. So it's like, let me do everything I can do before the judge actually signs on the order. Let me just show my ass. I'm gonna say it. I can say ass on here. Let me show my ass before the judge actually signs the order. And that's troubling for me because you don't have the courage to go in front of a judge, but you have the courage to get on a blog and talk about it with T.S. Madison. You don't have the courage to show up for the hearing, but you have the courage to get on a blog and run your mouth. Think about that for a second. You're being played. You're being played. I mean, you got to think, if Cardi knew about this scheduled T.S. Madison thing, she might not have been so amenable to agree to this. She might not have been. I might advise her against it, or other people might advise her against it, because now it doesn't show that you really are sincere. Now, let me see something here. I'm just reading some of the comments. I can see a few scenarios here where she can really get caught the crosshairs of someone trying to. I'm not gonna put that out there because then she'll say, "Oh, well, Byron said this on his live. He said that people can do this, and they did it. Don't blame me, blame Byron." No, I'm not giving you the fuel for the fire. It's not happening. The fact that anyone would consider giving her a platform to talk about this case shows that they're desperate. Because you saw the outcome, but the fact that you would give someone a platform to talk about this particular case, when you know what the outcome was, you have the transcripts, you have the reporting, you have people that were actually there, but then you have the person you want to give a platform to who is known to lie very easily. Lie like the flow of water through a faucet. But you think that it is good content to bring on your platform to tell you what happened in the case? Well, we know what happened in the case. We do. We really do. Guys, I need for you to do something real quick. Just do me a favor real quick, guys. Oh, do me a favor real quick. Go ahead and hit that like button. I know you're joining in. Just go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the like button. I got to hold back on something else. Oh, God. I got to hold back on something right now. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. So for those who are expecting me to come across like the Anderson Cooper or the Don Lemon or the Tucker Carlson or the other broadcasters, I'm not from that school of thought. I got to give it to you plain, straight, raw. I'm not beholding to advertisers where I have to be, walk on eggshells. I got to keep it 100 with you. I really do. I mean, if you don't want me to, give it to you the way, I perceive it based on the information I have, see if you can get this from Anderson Cooper, Don Lemon, Tucker Carlson, or the other reporters that are out there doing news. I'm reading some of the comments, and if I read something and I don't read something else, that means that this may have stood out a little more. Okay. Oh, someone just said this is pre-recorded from February, but I bet T.S. Master won't air it now. I didn't know it was pre-recorded, guys. I didn't know it was pre-recorded. I thought it was new because I just saw how she was dressed. So I said, well, maybe she got a stylist now. The green was popping. I didn't know. I didn't know it was pre-recorded. For everybody's asking the question, does she still have to pay? Yes, she has to pay. That has not changed. That's where the whole appeal process is what it is. It hasn't changed. She still has to pay. It's been put on hold, but there's a appeal process in play right now. So it said, I'm not going to repeat that, but you said you think this other person set the interview up. I mean, people doing it for doing it for the views. I get it. I get it. Guys, I'm just reading some of the comments. Just give me a second here. It's nothing really standing out here. Shout out to the Red Lipstick Hustler. The Red Lipstick Hustler. Shameless plug. You guys be saying, Byron doing too much. He's doing too much. He's doing too much. You should demand that more bloggers do too much, rather do too little. You should demand that. You should demand that. He said, Byron doing too much. He's doing too much. No, you should demand that for all the people that you guys follow. There's a few of them that, are very animated. They're animated or passionate. You know, I would say I'm more passionate about what I do than animated. I would say that I'm more passionate about what I do than animated. And sometimes that, depending upon where you're from, you might be in the Midwest somewhere, like in you know, Colorado somewhere, and you're not really used to someone like myself giving it to you raw. You know, I get it. Come on, I have some rough edges too now. Shout out to my mods, keeping this, keeping this comment section fairly decent. Are you talking about Claudia Jordan? Because I know Claudia Jordan had an issue of some sorts with the blogger lady. Just looking at what I read on these titles of these videos, and I'm gonna tell you something. I hadn't read all these titles. I see a lot of names sprinkled in these titles. The question is, will one of those names that's sprinkled in that title come after the blogger lady? There are a lot of names sprinkled in these titles. I'm not going to watch these videos. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I'm not going to go read them. But the titles are very, I mean, it's obvious how you grab people to your page. I'm reading some of these comments. They're coming in. Hold on. I'm gonna type something. Listen. I'm gonna type something now into the comment section. I want to see the first 10 people respond to what I type. Okay, we're gonna do that real quick here. First 10 people that I'm gonna read here. Hold on. Let me go here. I'm about to hit this here. This is work, guys. This is work. Understand, this is work here. I'm gonna pin it too. I want my favorites to respond to what I type right now. Here we go. Hey. Not all you'll run into the room at the same time, but I just posted that. There you go. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's see. Right. That's a good comment. I would like to read that comment. That's a good comment right there. I need the first 10 people. Yeah. Tasha J, you know what it is. Don't play. Let's see here. So, you can see it. Stop playing. Stop playing. You can see that. Come on. Do I need to put in bold print? What? Do you need me to, Gotcha. Gotcha. Oh, man. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. If you got a credit card, I'm gonna put my credit. No, I ain't gonna put my, because your guys are screenshot. I was gonna put my card out. You got a credit card, you can hit that cash app. You can do the super chat. You can do what else is there? What else? Yeah, that's it. That's it. You guys are my advertisers. Some of you are not. This supports what I do. I was the first one to get the document for you. I was the first one to get it for you. Just support the platform. Like the Anderson, I keep bringing Anderson Cooper, Don Lemon, and Tucker Carlson, because one is the left, one is the right. They just run commercials. I can stop this and go on my in my StreamYard and just run commercials. I can run. I can do commercials every 15 minutes, and you guys have to go watch the commercial before I come back. I can do that. I can literally do that. I do the numbers, but I can do the commercials as well. I don't know if you want the commercials. I try to just cut through the commercials to support the platform, but I'm gonna start doing the commercials, and you got to watch through the commercials and say, why is Byron doing commercials now? Why is he doing commercials? He's got a lot of sponsors here. He's doing commercials and everything. It's because some of you just don't support the platform, and some may not be able to. But I know some of you can. I know some of you can. I know some of you can. I literally been on here for, hold on a second here, for almost an hour. I would stay longer, but I've done the work, and it's not really, my point it came across. So the incentive to stay longer to talk to you guys on a few other topics, but specifically this one, it requires gas in the vehicle. The car don't move without gas. What is Tanja J saying? Let me see what Tanja say. I don't called you out. Hold on. I know. I see the trolls. I see them. Oh yeah, you know, it can be. Listen. It can be whatever you want it to be, Tanja J. It can be anything. It could be anything you want it to be. What you want it to be. Oh my goodness. My goodness. Okay. Don't play me, Tanja. I got the buttons over here. My mods is not moving quick enough. Look at Tanja. I don't put her in a timeout. Now you got to be in a timeout. You're gonna be in a timeout. Let's see who else I need to put in a timeout. Well, it was not a transcript. It's a filing. It's a filing. But go to TMZ and look at it as well. I did post it on my Twitter page. It's there. I want you guys to go look for those videos. Please look for the videos. Send the link. You know where to send the link. You know where to send the link at. Just send the link. You know where to send the link at. Okay, that's a good question. It was a very good question. Small donation, but good question. If Tasha says her name on TS Magic, is that a violation? No, because there's not a gag order. There's a difference. It's not a gag order where she can't say a name. It's no gag order. This is an injunction on the things that I read that she cannot do. This was a stipulated injunction, permanent injunction. So that was a good question. Hey, listen. I tell you what. I'm gonna buy the ticket. I'm gonna buy a Powerball ticket, and if I win, I promise you, if I win and you gave me $2 and I win, I'm coming back. I'm gonna look for you, and I'm gonna tell you that I won. Thank you, Millicent. Millicent's been a supporter for a minute. Appreciate you. Let's see. Well, you said. Well, hold. I'm torn right here, right now. I'm gonna read something real quick. This is not actually a super chat, but no, let me read this. Thank you, Tristan's mommy. Oh, appreciate the love. I support you, Mr. Byron. Appreciate all your hard work, interviews, research, and reporting. Keep up the great work. Thank you. God bless you. I appreciate it. I really do. I really do. And Velda Sorrentino, appreciate that love. Appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Who did I miss? Okay. Okay, it was something funny you just said. I would say. So Cynthia Gross. Okay, I'm donating $2 to Cynthia's comment. I'll put $2 in your comment, Cynthia. Cynthia said, "I just found you with this case, and you have done a bang up job." But then you follow and say, "I hope you're reporting on other cases. Bravo." Bang up means screwed up. I did a screwed up job. A bang up job. You say I screwed up the job? I saw the mission. I thought I delivered on it. Maybe I'm reading this wrong. Or maybe I'm not. Let's see. Interesting. Thank you, Tina Davis. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. And once again, I want to reiterate that I do get a little animated. One of my close friends said, "Dennis, you're a lot animated when you do this," but I'm passionate about it. I'm passionate about it. So don't take my passion to mean I don't take this very seriously. This is time out my life as it is your life to even sit here and listen to me. So, maybe if it's too much for you, I get it. You can go somewhere else and, get it nice. And, I can long stroke you on telling the story. I can just give it to you straight up, raw. No, no chasing. Just give it to you. I don't know how you want it. I just give it to you the best way I know how to. Okay, Cynthia. Okay, Cynthia. I know Cynthia, you're not older than me, Cynthia. You say you old. You ain't older than me. Come on, Cynthia. I'm an old geezer. I'm an old geezer. They got those hands. I got those hands. Thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Okay, appreciate that. I appreciate that, Lady Magenta. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Angela, I can only say that, Angela. You can't say that. Angela Carter, I can only say that. You can't say that. I can joke about myself. Because then if I joke about myself, I can slap myself too. But don't you try it. And I'm not advocating violence, but I'm known to be able to take a hit. I'm also known to be able to give one. You get my point. Oh, by the way, for those, that was real. That was real. And I'm suing my right hand later for doing that. Guys, I'm pausing to read some of the comments, the colors. Nothing's popping out right now. But yeah. I want to also say for those who are coming in, I want to say that I sent a message to CB, Cardi, 30 minutes before she, went in on her fans. I think it was a culmination of different things at the time, and I probably shouldn't have sent it to her at the time. And she knows how let's just say it probably bothered her because it bothered me. I okay, yeah. What I would not like to hear in 2022 is the phrase Tasha said. I don't want to hear it this year. I don't want to really hear it. I know you don't. I know you, Miss Kebby. Know you. You know I don't want to hear you saying anything. You know that. You know that. Because I don't really believe anything come out your mouth, honestly. I don't believe anything coming out your mouth. It's if you like for those who are watching, if you know somebody in your inner circle or someone that you know that you grew up with or someone that you know in the neighborhood, and you know they always lying, they lying all the time, they lying all the time. You know they lying all the time. Just man, that nigga lying. That, so why do you want to hear that person telling stories if you know they lying? Is it that you know they're lying and you know this is just entertainment? If they say something, if someone came out and said, before I start talking, everything I say to you is a lie. Now let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Would you still be receptive to hearing them tell the story? Ask yourself the question. Shout out to Lily Young. Let's see here. Let me do that right there. Okay. Oh. I'll be like, be with your mom. You trolling, huh? You want to troll? Let me troll. Let me take you. Let me take care of you real quick. Okay. Bam. Bam. What else we got? I'll be taking the trolls out of here. Let's see here. I don't ever really get a chance to look down, and look at some of the comments because I like to just engage and talk. But sometimes I look down and I say, oh, how you getting here? Let me just take you up out of here. Yes, Red Lipstick Hustler was there. I invited her to come in to cover this case with me. She was there. Is that too close, guys? Is that too close? Let's see, who else we got here? Right, so the point was that if you're around someone, not even around them, because I don't want lies around me. I can't trust a liar. Liar steal. If you lie, you're gonna steal. So you keep that over there. But if you know people that do it constantly, you probably don't want them around you. You probably don't want them around you. Of course. The other guys, right? Listen. We the first one to broke it. TMZ's the first one to broke it, and I alluded to it last week. Just follow me here. TMZ is the first one that broke it today, but I alluded to it last week. You can do the math. Figure just feel me? That's Thomas. What's up? Thanks for coming in the building. I have posted I pinned something. This is for everybody coming in. You go ahead and you go on. You know how you go into church, you put your money in the plate, pay your offering. Go ahead. Just right there. Just put it right down there. Let's see here. What are we doing here? Okay, so guys, on to another topic. I did not watch the Grammys. I did not watch the Grammy Awards. No part of it. I did see some of the fashion. I love the fashion, because I started in my photography. I started fashion, well, entertainment and fashion photography. So I like the fashion. I really like what Lady Gaga had on. Who else had something nice on? Sweetie, that was a nice outfit. Um, who else had something nice on? I mean, looking at the photos, but who actually watched the Grammys. I just know that I was upset that legendary rapper, the late legendary rapper, Kango Kid, was not honored last night. And they screwed up one of the members of the Force MD's name. So, nah, I'm good on. I was good on the Grammys. I was good on the Grammys. I just think that the biggest night in music, you would at least do your research and know who in music have passed on in 2021. They missed it. You know, Kango Kid was from the legendary group UTFO. Roxanne, leader of the pack. You know, like foundational hip hop, where it all started. Well, not where it all started, but in the era where, you know, Houdini, Dougie Fresh, UTFO, Roxanne Shante, the real Roxanne. You know, that's the era of good music. That's the era of good music, where there was no real cussing in the music. Run DMC, Jam Master Jay, DMC, and Reverend Ron. But they dropped the ball on that one. And Rich Twin, who was from the legendary Dancing Twins, Rich Twin. She was married to my brother Kango. And he was a good friend of mine. Kango was a good friend of mine. And it's interesting. Hold on 1 second. I think my security is going off. Give me a second, guys. I'm recording live. I'm very live, so I think my security is going off. Let me just test it. Anyway, I'm live. Okay, hold on. So it was Kango Kid. It was Dr. Ice. It was HK Rapper. And it was Mixmaster Ice. So these are all the four members of the group UTFO. And they pretty much was signed to a label called Select Records that was headed by Steve, not Steve Stout. Anyway, Select Records. Hold on a second, guys. Hold on. What's the message in the music? Yeah. What's the message in the music? Right. Yes, listening to music doesn't feel good. Right. That's true. It depends on what you're listening to. You know, I listen to a lot of jazz and a lot of old school, but primarily I listen to a lot of jazz, and I just like that just to unwind. But guys, I'm going to be back when I get back. I appreciate all you guys who came in, joined in. I hope you got the information the way you know you like to receive it. I appreciate all the love that it was shown today, and if there's a topic, well, tomorrow we have a big story that we're working on. I don't know how many people know about this, but it's going down tomorrow. It's going down tomorrow. Going down tomorrow. Breaking. See you guys back tomorrow. Appreciate you.